getting a small combo-y on walls kind of stage probably benefits Yoshi much more often, but Cervantes just has the ability to go offset walls, so maybe it won't be that big of a deal. Wow, that's
nice clash. And very interesting. Tiny poke.
Spiritual Speed can be sometimes a bit of a hard thing to use with poke against Yoshimitsu simply because he's probably a relatively solid fan of being put in the crouch, so he actually gets some sort of pseudo mix-up in full crouch VK.
Battle 2. Fight.
Just think very, very big stuff putting this one. What's that even?
And once again, you're on that wall. And he has to make sure that he's paying attention. But of course, now he's sidestepping a whole lot in order to get away from said wall, which is what ended up turning into the huge wall combo.
Clash again!
I can't tell who's happy about these clashes. Probably neither of them.
Yeah. Nope.
Movement has been so heavy.
Wow, okay, alright.
I don't think maybe he did exact. So I was gonna say, wall rising A is a lot of damage, but maybe it was just not enough. So he decides to spend the bar on top of it. But his movement has been very precise so far this tournament. He's doing a lot of inside stepping, which you wouldn't necessarily see, although the very classic example of that right there. You don't necessarily see that happen against a Yoshimitsu player all that often, simply because that AA is so scary. So I wonder if Yoshi 6 is going to start going with the AA, so that Embers can then start implementing step ducks to try and get a wall rising A out of that sort of situation. Or maybe none of that's going to happen.
That sequence of events that just happened? That was like 3 lows into a wall combo that took away all his remaining health.
I've heard of Milo's, but 3 lows?
I know, right? It's crazy.
There we go, there are these grabs that he's wanted to do this whole time. There it is again. Okay, so you can clearly see the Yoshi 6 just wants to... Fantastic. What? Oh, man. Highway robbery. Yep, immediately spending the bar to deal with not having the 2-bar lethal hits anymore. This means, assuming, okay, so he doesn't end up winning, but it's going to be 2 bars to 1. Yoshi, with the capability of spending Brave Edge on top of Brave Edge, turning every combo into something massive, is going to be very scary. Or he's going to just spend it on AA Brave Edges for infinite threat. On a wall is quite scary.
As one does when they're Yoshi.
Okay, well Yoshi 6 just ate like all of it. No, wait, with the system with it.
That doesn't work.
Got a little bit too overzealous. I'm not surprised that happened. Doesn't have any meter to RI anymore either. So he's going to take a hard bet on a duck. Takes a hard bet on a reversal edge. That's not going to work against Yoshimitsu.
Didn't hit. Staying on the ground.
Oh man, yeah, dealing with the Yoshi pressure. I think he got overzealous with that sidestep into CE, and it just didn't pan out. I think when Yoshi goes into the air like that, he may just have to rely on like a B2.
Yeah.
Try and snipe him out of the air.
Well, I know that Enders is confident in his ability to B2 like high flyers. I don't know, we haven't really seen it yet, but he's definitely said that to me, like 2B and Yoshi.
Battle 1. Fight.
Yeah, he sets the stage a lot on the second match that we've had. It seems like this is like the 3rd time so far this tournament where this is what's ended up panning out. So I wonder if the narrow stage is really gonna change a lot of stuff. Oh wow, that 2K being linear. Oh, waiting to cuddle. Okay, this is what Yoshi was doing. Yeah.
What a read.
I mean, you might as well. That's the perfect opportunity for a thing like that. Another fantastic sidestep. These Hori, this inside stepping has been so fantastic for him. And again, I'm so surprised that it's working out as much as it is, just because Yoshi doesn't typically suffer from. It's not like Raphael or Mitsurugi or something like that, where it's like all of your stuff just hurts. Is he gonna try and find a moment to spend his bar? He will not get the opportunity because Yoshi 6 will simply mash A.
Yeah, the pressure is she's just brave edge through your face, okay.
Yes, he's willing to eat that punish.
But the pressure that Yoshi 6 is able to put on here, okay. What?
You can't get a punish there, my dude. You can't do 3B. You can't do any of that stuff. Another good punish. This is basically just Ender's J allowing Yoshi 6 to kill himself now.
As it should be.
Oh, you sidestepped to the wall. I don't know if that was the right plan. Oh, this all could go south right here, right now. Spends more meter. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, that sidestep. He was trying to sidestep just like he's been doing this whole time, but he sidestepped himself towards that wall. It created all this pressure, all this damage. Speaking of damage. Nice punish.
He's gonna have to do that like 10 more times in order to actually dig himself out of this hole.
He's getting some good damage on some of these like far-reaching pokes, but the problem is that Yoshi 6 just mashes again whenever that comes up, and he's able to like create a good enough pressure. Wow, that magnetic grab! Ooh, we don't get to see this very often. That lethal hit that did nothing. Once again, Yoshimitsu getting that damage. Nice sidestep. He waited for like a sidestep BB because he knew there's like, okay, if he's in the air, chances are I can't get any of the hits that I actually want to get. Nice. Yoshi 6 has gone to full crouch 3K every time there. That grab got sidestepped and he lost the game. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
I could have sworn that he was dead there. B2.
Ah, see, there's the B2 punishing the flying.
Yeah.
He's got it. Sometimes.
Oh, he can get a sidestep that time, but factoring so much spaghetti going on right now. Neutral hop into AAA. A neutral hop again. I don't imagine these are intentional, but another fantastic block. Oh, he went for it the 4th time in a row. Enders is probably puzzled as all get out right now.
He's gonna...
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Immediately you have to. Oh, no. Oh, he tried to get away. It didn't work out. He gets the block. He doesn't get the second one, though. I think he thought he was out of range. Oh, man, that was a weird set. I mean, the first match went kind of how I had expected, but then there were so many weird opportunities here where it really seemed like Enders was getting a certain amount of momentum in some of these spots, but Cervantes' momentum kind of ends after you get the meaty whiff punish, right? It doesn't necessarily go into something else. And then all these weird... Yoshi is in a helicopter, therefore apparently invulnerable to Cervantes, just probably puzzled Enders to the point where he did not know where he could go.
Yoshimitsu! Ha 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 ha. Yeah, Yoshimitsu be like that. Alright, we're gonna have Ramon versus Faramuntris.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Looks like Faramuntris will be on the left and Ramon will be on the right.
Who did you say again? Faramuntris versus Ramon?
Yeah.
Can't remember the last time I've seen them play. If I had to bet, I'd bet on Ramon. I think he seems to be playing, especially against Incendiate, exceptionally well today. But that being said, Faramuntris is not somebody that Ramon knows as well as Incendiate, so that might change things. Plus, if you don't know Zoslimel, obviously he could kill you in 3 hits.
Mm-hmm. Just bop you right out of the ring, as we've seen before. Reverse ring outs aplenty, forward ring outs too.
Sophie.
Here I go.
Soulcalibur.
All right, here we go.
About as neutral a stage as possible. I don't know if either of these characters get any additional bonuses, but with the fact that a lot of these small walls are kind of fake. and you can tend to ring out. I wonder if like Sophie's 4A plus B just straight up like rings out at the opponent's like right on the ring edge.
Huh.
Amy has something like that. 3BA will just straight up ring out sometimes. It's really weird.
He's liking that twirly guard damage move.
Oh, Pheromontress is all about twirlies.
Yeah.
All about twirlies. I think he's dead. Yep.
God damn, okay.
A literal 50-50 for the whole game in that situation, all at that post GI. No punish on the 6-6A. He decides to go with like a mix-up low instead of getting a traditional punish. So that's information that Ramon can save for later. Oh, that was very scary.
Yeah.
Okay then. Ring up or ring out.
Answering back with the ring out, yeah.
I do
get him with
think
his own
that
shenanigans.
Pheromontress got a little some good information there, where Ramon isn't necessarily going to have the quintessential counterplay for playing against Zos. He's not necessarily he's just dealing with the strings by blocking, and that's kind of what Pheromontress wants you to do. I appreciate the fact that he released the reversal edge so that he wouldn't get lethal hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Oh, does Ramon spend the meter? Probably not. But it's something to think about. Again, no real punish on 6-6A. This is important information for Ramon. You can potentially rely on 6-6A a little bit more than you would used to, and it's not like Pheromontress, it's not like Zoslamel has a terrible punish for that move.
And, you know, Ramon really doing a lot of his standard, just chipping away with the 6-6A as the 1Ks, the occasional 2-2B. Ooh, interesting. There we go.
6-6B, 6-6B, classic
6-6B
combo.
stuff, yeah. Of course, as one does. Man, these hops. I gotta
Yeah, we're
wonder.
getting a lot of hops today.
We are just like anticipating the 1K over and over. Oh, from downtown.
Are we going for the unblockable? No. Oh, he was going for a tech trap. I gotcha. Gotta worry about that CE. No, you don't. Well, you still kind of do. So how do you deal with this? This is going to be real tough.
You wiggle
I
around
appreciate
at
the
max
fact that
range.
Pheromontress is just letting it go. Oh,
Got him.
and that's the cash out for knowing that Pheromontress is not punishing Sophie 6-6A on block. Every time Pheromontress has had the opportunity, he just immediately goes for like a low, which isn't necessarily a punish, it's just one of those like standing reset kind of things, similar to how Astaroth will go for a grab. And wow, that was some smart stuff from Ramon.
Ramon, all about that smart stuff.
Forgive me.
Oh boy, soul attack? No, decides to save it.
Yeah, interesting.
Pheromontress getting those counter hits though. I think. Oh, I don't know what happened there,
he's
but he
out.
died for it.
He
It
sure
looked like
did.
Ramon literally had like a controller disconnect there for a few seconds. I don't know what happened there.
Oh no. I don't like to hear that.
Well, I just mean to say that it legitimately looked like Ramon wasn't pressing any buttons. He was just straight up like standing there and not doing anything.
History retold.
Wow, every time we get like a secondary stage, it's Setsuka's stage.
Random number generator just loves Setsuka. Got a thing for bamboo.
Ooh, that GI was hella buffered.
Good punish. Oof.
Doesn't fall for the tech trap. Oh, that was almost so risky.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like, did he just know that he could do that? Like, holy crap.
Yeah. Good punish yet again. Pheromontress kind of falling for typical Sophie stuff right now. This is where, as long as you don't fall for these baits, Sophie's damage is actually pretty weak. But the second you start falling for these baits, that's when everything kind of falls apart for you. Then you start seeing the gigantic amount of damage that Sophie gets off of whip punishes and such. Got one curse. Not really sure if he's going to be able to do a whole lot with it. Interesting. Stab was a little bit ambitious. Again, doesn't fall for the tech trap. Neither of them are really falling for each other's tech traps. There was a trade in there? I didn't even see...
That was pretty great.
I didn't even see Zos get hit. Oh man, GI. Eating a little bit of guard damage, probably not going to matter all that much. Oh, it doesn't get anything out of that situation. Are we going to spend it? We are not. Oh, almost a really cool punish.
Ooh. Twin Angel Step A. Good. Okay, we were using meter, but he's gotta make something happen with it. There we go.
You already kind of did.
We're getting some mileage out of it for sure.
Yeah, some of these counter hit timings with things like 2As are really... Wow, the turnaround grab, Ramon's gonna be pissed. He should spend bar, but instead he just stabs. I think that was just a matter of like... he got too frustrated. I think he should have just spent bar instead. That turnaround grab really kind of screwed with Ramon. Now he's not getting those whiff punishes. He's slightly changing up his timing. Oh no. I feel like Ramon's kind of falling apart here. Still has a curse on him. Oh, dude. Munches is going buck wild on you, yo. Now you have to spend bar.
Yep. Yes, he does.
Okay. But...
Okay,
oh, that caught like an RI, I guess. Running into... Wow, that was such a series of things that happened.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Okay, we're going for the grab. Are we spending bar? We are.
Sure are.
I ain't have to worry about that CE, though. Not to mention you're going to be hella behind the second round. Munches immediately backs up to the ledge like a jerk.
Right at the end, right at the last bar of the soul charge, he pulls out the Angel Step A+B.
See, this is the thing. Now you're gonna have to deal with double bar Zos, and you've got nothing. Yeah, you might as well just on chip damage. This is gonna be just
hit it. Ooh, could have been a great punish.
Ramon's done more difficult things, but yeah, this is just the chip damage that he got off of that bar alone is gonna make it so that all he needs is like one more hit, like there, and like Ramon's gonna be dead to his CE at some point in the future. Oh wow, no punish on that stab.
Jeez.
Now he's not even going to need that bar. That's going to do it. Munches, I think with just... I think eventually he got significantly more aggressive in regards to just not allowing Ramon to get this kind of counter-hit hunting thing going. Zos potentially has that privilege just based on the fact that his range is longer. Ramon had a little bit of momentum just due to the fact that 6A wasn't really being punished, and he obviously had fantastic whiff punishes, but the second that Munches didn't take the bait in a lot of those positions, Zos just effectively outdamaged Sophie, and it became too difficult to bear.
Indeed. Alright, moving on to losers, we're going to get 8-way funds versus no-wo. I hope.
I hope.
I have to like hedge all of my claims about matches that are happening. Where are these guys? Okay, they're both here.
Welcome to the stage of history
Right.
retold. Tyra.
All right. I think this is going to be no-wo on the left and 8-way on the right. I think.
Okay, I'm going Valdo this time. I wonder if this is a situation... You know what never happens in Soulcalibur tournaments? People don't ask for blind picks.
Yeah.
What's up with that? I think it would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Haha, I was right again.
As much as anyone, trusts their counter picking in this game.
I think, I mean, the game's been out long enough to where I think people, it would be reasonable to believe, especially two players like this, would have styles and understandings of characters that are specific for other characters.
Definitely in this this specific player matchup, yeah, I can see it.
The 3A put him back turn, so suddenly Tyra had to deal with an I-10 character. Oh wow, almost converted off of that.
Well, good punish.
So yeah, Voldo, longer limbs.
I think so.
Doesn't necessarily have to worry about the backdash as much, but it is Tyra backdash, so you still do kind of have to worry about it, like in positions like that.
Exactly.
Fantastic duck punish. So that's 2 stance changes, which is pretty bad for 8-way to lose a round with 2 stance changes.
Well, he does immediately go to try and make some more, but it doesn't work out. Man, God, just a 6B staggering.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough, but it's important to look at the damage. I mean, Nowo hasn't hit 8-way in a while, and he's still kind of doing fine on damage. This is one of the problems with Jolly. It's just the fact that, like, yeah, you got these fantastic pokes, but you're still going to lose out on the race against a character like Voldo.
Man, that
Trying
could
to
have
get
probably
that
been
wall
better.
combo, not working out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Suddenly Gloomy happened and things changed. I think that got him.
Yeah, it
Yeah. The second that Gloomy change happened, everybody stopped. Like, the 2 players immediately changed what they were about.
But I've already had enough of this.
Battle 3. Fight.
Man, just had to block that. Noel's got the bar. Dealing with Gloomy is a whole other beast. Now you've got to deal with, like, huge amount of damage if you're wrong. For instance.
Yep, like that. Exactly.
Good punish. Again, he's got meter. Try to spend it.
It's impressive.
Yep, there we go.
There it is.
Kind of wish you could spend it a little bit earlier, but hey. Oh, wow, that A.
Poked him right out of it. Oh, he's still doing it, yep.
Oh,
Good sidestep, though.
everybody's dropping all of their combos. Not necessarily because they're, like, doing it badly. They're just, like, I don't know, the characters are playing weirdly. They're not getting the wall combos they were expecting. They're not getting a whole lot. Yeah, this 6B is really tough to deal with, if only because it really seems like Noah kind of relies on Baldo's natural evasiveness by way of, like, going on the ground and stuff like that, and 6B just really doesn't care. Good punish. Again, Noah's got the meter, but now he's going to have to be worried about the fact that, like, next round could potentially spell doom for him. He spends too much trying to get this round.
Okay. That throw.
The old forward hop into grab. It's tough, right? Because, like, the second that you're going to press an AA or a 2A, you know that the backdash is going to get Tyra out of trouble. It's very similar to how Maru gets a lot of grabs. Like, I don't think his grab game, his grab range is really all that powerful. Just like Tyra, it's just the fact that the backdash is so powerful that you have to second guess anytime you want to do a traditional poke that beats out grabs.
That is one of the most painful parts about fighting Tyra, is that at any time you could be wrong about your ranges because you just hit 4.
You know, it really takes a lot to get Voldo worried about the range on his pokes.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Mr. Long Arms Mick Italian.
Oh, he's Irish. Really feel like he's notoriously Italian, but hey.
Yep.
Notoriously Italian.
Long Arms Mick
Yeah, see,
Voldo.
look at that. Like, how many characters can get out of a situation like that? That was crazy. It's like her, Halmaru, maybe Geralt. Good sidestep. Gets a grab, which could have been better.
Yeah. Not quite the whiff punish we wanted, but take what you can get sometimes.
Poking game is just frankly getting a little bit outclassed on Nowo's side of things. Yeah. It's backdash. It's creating so many rough situations. He's going to have 3 stance changes. He's in Gloomy now. Good hit. He's got a bar. I feel like that was
full charge?
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, these little tiny things are so difficult. Like I said earlier, I think Voldo is an underrated character, and it's got a lot going for him. What he does not have going for him is the ability to deal with pressure. A lot of times, Voldo ends up becoming like a 2A machine, simply because he doesn't have another option. And it really seems like 8-Way's just completely on the ball here. Yeah, you get like that pushback, right? But then, like, what do you do? Man, 8-Way has mashed in that situation every single time.
And oh my god, he blocked the first hit of that. What the heck?
Like, how do you deal with this meter advantage? Yeah,
You punish with
crazy.
CE.
That is a very, like, Voldo is typically the character that's doing what we're seeing Tyra do right now, and it's kind of crazy to see Voldo just outclassed in that regard.
So boring.
People in chat are saying the stream is dying.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh,
It looks like it was a Twitch hiccup.
okay.
Let me see. Yeah, it dropped exactly 895 frames.
Damn it, Twitch.
Yeah.
You needed those frames.
Why do you have to be so thematically appropriate for a fighting game stream?
Yeah, right? That was so, like...
No one even knows those callbacks anymore.
Yep.
Alright, last one up is going to be Hibachi and Incendiate.
Yep. In the meantime, let's take a look at that match.
Again, I can't remember. Hibachi comes around for the tournament scene so rarely that, like, I don't remember the last time Hibachi played against these people.
You be forgetting about these hidden killers. And also, guys, make sure we don't forget about that Matcherino. We still have free ways to donate. As you can see, we're at $210. We have 54 free codes left to use. So if you haven't already, sign in with your Twitch name. Click the claim code button. I've already claimed it, so it's a blue button right here on the top right of the screen. And if you're feeling extra generous, you can donate even more money for free by clicking these sponsor quests. Power IA, make sure you click them, guys. Look at that. It's like $1.20 to the prize pool. Lucid Sound is a cool 90 cents. We got some G Fuel Energy. We got Punch Planet Quest for 30 cents. We have like 5 pages of the YouTube quest. Make sure you click and follow these guys, retweet. Definitely helps the tournament out. YouTube quests, Twitch quests. And like some of these are just for like following channels, on Twitch. You can follow NYC Tekken on Twitch, donate 5 cents. We have Click Quest too. Just visit a webpage, you'll donate 15 cents for free. And each and every penny does help. Helps make the tournament popping, solvent, etc. So, we definitely appreciate your support. Also, shouts to the subs. I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys that tune in every week and sub. Appreciate the support. But yeah, let's get to that next match. Oh, Hibachi,
Yep.
yeah. Alright, cool.
Yeah, so we're going to have Hibachi and Incendiate. Looks like Incendiate is going to be on the left.
So, presumably, this is X versus Killick. I don't imagine either person changing up what they're doing.
Stage of history retold.
Yeah, Art, flip those names. There we go.
It's time to flip those names. I turned it into a game show.
Alright. So, X versus Killick? Is that what we're going to see?
I imagine so.
Probably. Yeah. Lore battle wall.
It is true. This is a training session.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I imagine that this can be relatively tough for Killick. I think that X is super sticky and doesn't necessarily... Like, I think trying to rely on the auto GIs can potentially be just as risky for Hibachi as it is for Incendiate. So it's kind of like a null-sum game. I don't know. I wouldn't think that Killick's push-out game would be strong enough to deal with Xianghua. But...
Well, Hibachi has already made a lot of space, so...
I mean, but that
keep
could,
it like
that. Could be, like, eliminated almost instantly.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, well, it was a good step, but all of Xianghua's recovery is instantaneous. There we go. See? He managed to move backwards for a second.
You can rely on for X in terms of the challenges, stuff like that, where we just saw like a backdash, and like the main backdash killer that Xianghua has in 6-6B was unable to reach the opponent. So definitely think this is going to be a quintessential keep out versus get in kind of setup. That's not going to do it just yet. It is going to put him into like one hit away. There we go. So yeah, so Killick, similar to Voldo in the sense of like good mid-range pushback. And with just a little bit of mix in the in-game. So maybe that's the way that he has to kind of rely on it.
Poke you in the face. But yeah, like you were saying, he needs to be able to also command the mid-range. Oh, okay.
Just out of nowhere, people. Yeah. Oh no.
What? What kind kind of punish is that?
Man, some weird stuff going on, but you're dead to a CE. No,
There
see, not too greedy there, my dude. This is Shanghua, dude. You still have to play it regularly. Do not allow your opponent's health bar to dictate how you play against it.
Exactly. Zhanghua can always just pop you for like 60 damage if you put yourself at risk.
It's literally just 100%. That's the only, like, Incendio was like, there's only one way I get out of this. And it's this. It's if he decides to be greedy with a low.
Oh, shit. Jay, you're going to have to fly solo for a couple minutes.
Uh-oh. It's just you and me now, everybody. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna talk about? I guess we should still talk about the match, right? Should I call the police? I don't know. I don't know what ended up happening. Hibachi got a little bit of momentum out of that bar, and I appreciate that he immediately went into to the heel. So Incendio has some more cut out of him. He's got a bar. He's got a little bit of work done. So the question is, do you spend the bar immediately when you get the opportunity? No, you decide to be a bit greedy. I don't know. It depends. I could honestly see either argument. Spending the bar when you got the 2-2B so that you could then go off of the Oki, or just hitting the opponent enough to where they were then dead to the CE straight up. So either way was a smart play. Hibachi doing a fantastic job keeping Incendiate out. And it's really been much more successful than I think Incendiate had anticipated. Such a teeny tiny amount of extra damage for that extra CE, but it's a bonus bar. Hibachi's also gotten a lot more momentum on this wall than Incendiate has, so Hibachi's going to get that first game. I feel like Incendiate's going to just want to go with a hard rematch, just take a bit of a breather and try to figure this out, because he's currently getting kept out a little bit too much. The 6-6B is just not enough, and this is the main thing that a lot of people I don't think talk about when it comes to Shanghua, is that she can be lamed out, much more so than more powerful characters. This is the way to play against Shanghua for sure.
Alright, what I missed? Oh, Hibachi won. Oh,
yeah, Hibachi continued to play that mid-range lane game and was quite successful with it. It is the way to play Killick.
Control the mid, control the long. Don't let him get close for anything longer than a couple of seconds.
Are we
What's
switching?
Jordan gonna do?
We're not switching. I don't think that we should switch.
Yeah, he's
But
switching.
then again,
Yeah, he switched to the Soulcalibur. He put on the more powerful sword.
he does get to choose the stage. I wonder if he'll take advantage of that.
Nah.
Funny that he doesn't take advantage of that in a situation like this, but he takes advantage of that in slip-out tournaments.
Different thing entirely.
Yeah, one is a lot more serious.
Yep. So anyway, Incendiate's taken off the training weights. He put on the real superhero colors with the magical sword. He's gonna go in all out now. Just stick to him like glue.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's definitely the thing that was giving him a rough time last time. Good block and punish.
Ah, there we go. The glue has been eradicated.
But you don't necessarily need to go in that heavily. You've got plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice jump.
Very nice.
Oh boy.
Ooh, these choices, just like a little bit of tech crouch here, a little bit of sidestep there. Very nice.
It's defense from Hibachi. He's just blocking any kind of momentum starter that Incendiate's got going for him. And it's tough because it's like, I wouldn't even have said that 3A was super obvious or anything. It just seems like Hibachi has a level of defense that just allows him to be confident about his blocks all the time. Doesn't get the duck on that high. Doesn't get the punish there either. Incendiate's having
Not a great
tough
RE.
time. Good punish. Okay, Sai suspended. Can't tell if he's dead. I don't remember how much this does. But even if he survives, he's dead to the Oki. But Hibachi's had pretty good defense. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That doesn't work on that Oki. Hibachi's still with the meter advantage. See, this is the thing. I think this is one of the things that separates X from other characters, is that, like, a character like Killick will whiff something at mid-range, and what the punish that Xianghua gets is, like, dashing into a potential mix. Meanwhile, there are other characters that have faster walk speed and larger buttons that, even if they're short-range characters, they get damage out of a situation like that. Xianghua really doesn't. Like, a situation like that. Like, the B6 ends up whiffing, and so, hooray, Xianghua gets to, like, play the game now, but that's it. Like, she doesn't get anything guaranteed, despite the fact that Hibachi is wrong.
Good luck.
Nice. Oh, man.
Okay, well, that all went very spaghetti, but, you know.
He got a 1K. I feel like what he won was like a 6K or something like that. That was weird. Alright, he's getting these run-ins. Fantastic duck. Good punish again. Well, it's an okay punish. Oh man, it like slightly caught him, so it screwed up the punish and everything. That was weird. But this is a rough spot for Hibachi. He's getting to the point where like one combo is gonna make him dead to the CE. Yeah, good punish.
Alright, we're going evil Killick. What are we gonna do?
Well, it might be. No, never mind. I was gonna say he might have just been going for the heal, but now he's dead to the CE straight up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, decides to soul charge.
Yeah.
That means you don't have to worry about the CE anymore. Oh boy.
You gotta get double sweeped.
Yeah.
Get the swept.
Well, I'm pretty good, right?
These Xianghua soul charge strings, nobody knows about them.
You never see him, and you never see him coming. Ooh, the jump.
Ooh, he teched to the side and was able to get out of that situation. Cool stuff. I'm going back and forth right now. Hibachi has been right about every mid-low mix when he's getting up off the ground. That's kind of crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't have to respect that situation. After the 6BA on hit, you don't necessarily have to respect that kind of thing, and Hibachi is pretty smart about it.
Yeah, Cindy having, you know, a hell of a time just doing what we said before, sticking to him. Okay, there we go. We're in there now, though. As soon as I say it.
Dang.
Good duck.
Decides not to stun the bar. Ghost chose for the force block instead.
In.
Wow, that was a weird series of events. He had the force block, which would have given him a guaranteed CE. And then I think he was like, nah, I'm going to be greedy and not spend the CE. And then he ended up getting a B plus K, which also ended up working. That was very weird. Good punish. Do you go in? You do go in. Jump B, wow. Jump B, like, basically only beats grabs in that situation, and that's going to do it.
And yeah, definitely dead.
This means that Incendiate doesn't get his bonus bar. That's a pretty big deal.
Well, he was gonna keep the bar anyway.
Yeah, you can't have 3 bars, though. They don't allow it.
What I mean is he wasn't going to try and spend past or spend his meter.
I can't be sure.
I can't be sure, but it is a typical, oh, okay, we do that.
I'm trying to move after 2-2B and it's just not working. Very, very scrappy infighting right now. Incendiate coming out on top in a handful of those spots, but only with small pokes, so it really doesn't matter all that much.
Yeah, just keeping the pressure on with the small pokes.
Wow!
Ooh, ooh.
What was anything on both of those spots there? Oh no.
Okay.
Hibachi going through. Okay, decides
you
to
can
spend
see
the bars. So, now I gotta say, so it's 2 bars to 1 in the last round, right? I would argue that Killick is the least intimidating character in the roster when he has a meter advantage over you. Because his meter is spent very specifically, and it has drawbacks to it almost naturally. Wow, that grab didn't catch.
Stubby Xianghua arms.
Shung Worms.
Hung arms. Okay,
Hey,
there's
gets
the
the
meter.
full attack. See, he's already progressively losing health. What? Oh, okay.
He's
We get hit by that?
and spinning.
That's it. No, it's not.
Okay.
Wow, that wall rising B still not catching the 2-2B. Okay, yes, I appreciate the soul
Add
charge
this
here.
thing, yeah.
No.
Oh no.
I feel like that was a misinput from Incendiate. I don't know what happened there. It really looked like he was charging something up there, which would have been the inappropriate option at the end there. I really don't know what that was supposed to be.
So Hibachi takes it 2-1 over Incendiate. All right. Well, that gives us a Ramon versus 8-Way on one side of losers, and then Enders versus Hibachi on the other. Let's see. Let us go ahead and get that out of the way, and then we'll go back up to winners finals. So, we're going to see Sophie versus Tyra, I'm guessing. It's going to be 8-Way on the left and Ramon on the right.
Probably two people who have played against each other quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be willing to bet. Both of these players seem to have been on fire quite a lot. But it's really going to become a matter of like which player gets their flow going first.
Yep. It's going to be a matter of making them shoes light up, running to the other side of the court, dunking really hard. Boom shakalaka, etc. That man stopped on as well. Come on.
Here I go.
All right. So, you know, how does this matchup end up going? Like,
Probably a lot of chasing.
yeah.
I would imagine it could be tough for Sophie. Now, if you end up going with infighting, then I think that Sophie has a chance. But a lot of the situations where Sophie has that pushback on a lot of her blocked buttons to set up with punishes, I wouldn't necessarily would expect that Tyra falls for that kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got some Tyrish movement. Okay. Jolly 6Bs. Oh my god. Hasn't managed to get there. There's the first move switch. Okay. Ooh. Op did not work out, but he still managed to make it happen.
8-Way does get to start in Gloomy, though. He could potentially make this work. I feel like that GI was hella buffered.
As we do.
Okay, pseudo punish. Gets a clash into a run counter. Oh wow.
Ooh, that's
This is why Gloomy is scary.
Yeah.
Oh, nice little weight. That counter hit hunting
Sophie's
yet again. Feel like that was supposed to be whip punish CE from 8-Way, and he just didn't end up coming out.
Boop.
Still only one stance change. Probably doesn't matter all that much.
Yeah, I think 8-Way knows what to do when he doesn't have all of his gloomies in a row. Okay. Get out of this pressure, of course. Ooh.
I mean, wow, just stabs everywhere. He could get another one. I think both of them knew that.
Oh,
okay,
double.
here's the comeback. Oh, he's got Gloomy, though. Now he's in Gloomy.
So
Nah,
scary.
that's it. I guess Gloomy didn't really matter there, but now he's got 5 changes and a round up.
Good punish. All right. 6-6A into Soul Charge. More stabs. More stabs.
So it really seems like Ramon has figured out some sort of a rhythm that he's going to do it. But this is a problem. He's got 2 bars to 1, starting in Gloomy and pretty close to Coda.
Okay.
That's half life.
Yeah, 8-Way spent that last round basically just not blocking anything, so...
And getting stance changes. Wow, okay. That sidestep was very ambitious. Gets a
Good
huge
duck.
amount of damage here. Could potentially fall into Coda pretty quickly. There it is.
Yep.
Coda Soul Charge. That actually
Coda
doesn't
Soul
really do
Charge.
anything, but okay.
Spooky.
Oh,
that's
no.
gonna hurt.
That's gonna hurt
Wall.
so much. The wall, too. Oh, doesn't get a second into the wall. Gets a good stab. He's got that meter.
He's gotta be very careful.
Oh, no.
Even
I
in
feel like he could have soul attack. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Just didn't have an opportunity to Soul Charge.
Damn. What a close match, though. Damn, like, wow. Even though the Gloomy really did close it out for him, that was anyone's match right up to the end. Good stepping by 8-Way. Good punishes by Ramon.
Oh, man. Here comes the damage comeback.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a very fantastic punish. It's a shame you didn't kill though, my dude. There you go. I think both of them were thinking 1K. 8-Way decided to commit on the beating the 1K straight up. Ramon has decided to really get aggressive here after he lost that first game. No punish, huh?
Ooh. I got punished.
Good whip punish. Oh, man. Not necessarily getting the full amount of damage that he was hoping for. Yeah, good side step.
Very good side step. Very good. A lot of good punishes, like 2 of them. Right
Starting
there.
in Gloomy, so that automatically is going to make you significantly more powerful.
We're just trading little pokes here.
Yeah, again, Ramon is being incredibly aggressive here, trying not to let the fear of a Gloomy Tyra
Ooh.
dictate the pace of the match. He also has this meter if he wants to try and cash it in, yeah, for sure. I appreciate the bet,
Went for the- I don't know
so
if
we're
I
going
appreciate
into Gloomy here. So now it's an even fight. Sophie and Soul Charge versus Gloomy Tyra. Man, he wins it with Jolly. That's a huge deal. He's gonna get Coda very quickly. In fact, he's pretty much guaranteed Coda at some point in this match. Ramon does have the meter, though. These stabs are not getting punished, but also not hitting, so it's kind of like this weird meta that's going on.
Oh, he caught him with the Angel Step AA.
He tried a GI there. Okay! Oh, was there a second hit there, my dude? Nice tuck. Getting what he wanted to get off of that REA. Now you have to deal with Gloomy Coda, and you got it.
All right,
So
I
angry
ended up.
that those stabs weren't working that he decides to end the game with a stab.
Oh yeah. right, now it's 8-Way's turn to think. How does he want to change this up?
Mina. That's how he'll want
Nope.
to try and change it up.
We're just going back.
What? Blasphemy. How can a player with so many characters decide to stick to one character? Oh boy.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. But boom.
This is gonna be such a big deal. Again, man, nobody's falling for that tech trap today. I fall for that tech trap every single time it happens. Oh yeah, come back with Jolly. You only need about 75 more hits. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you just get kicked. Yeah. Ramon is the most patient guy. I think he can make that work. Good punish.
Trying to get a little bit too much of an ambitious punish there. And again, it's just like, so remember those situations I was talking about before where it's like the whole point of Sophie is that you have this additional pushback on moves on block to set up with punishes and how that's not going to be very great against Tyra. And it's because Tyra's going to backdash those situations all the time, right? Ramon is seeing 6-6B on block, knowing that 8-Way's going to try and move around and immediately going with 6-6A. And again, 6-6A is not getting punished really. So he's just deciding to go with this every single time. 8-Way trying to punish it, and it's just not working out. There, yeah, the 4K was just too far away, which is the optimal I-12. There's the punish that he really wants. Now he gets to be in Gloomy with 7 stance changes. He's got some work to do, but you can make up that kind of stuff pretty quickly with a character like this. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I think he's misunderstanding. I don't think that regular Gloomy 3B is that punishable. I think it's only 14. The one that's minus 16 is when she's in Soul Charge / Coda and does 3BB. I think that's the minus 16 one. Somebody in chat can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's a bit of misinformation that Ramon has in his head at the moment. Yeah, just go with a punish like that. Another fantastic whip punish. I think 8-Way has finally gotten his groove with regards to when he can backstep those 6-6As. Ramon's
exactly
a little bit
like
ambitious here. This is still doable. Oh no, he got way overzealous. So this is a tough spot now. 8-Way could still get Coda in this game. Also, he gets to start in Gloomy. The only thing going for Ramon is the fact that he's got that meter advantage, which sometimes he uses, sometimes he doesn't. Potentially feel like Soul Attack is like, okay, sure, yeah. CE as well is definitely the way to go here. It's not that much damage. It's not enough damage to potentially force 8-Way to use his bar. Getting 8-Way off of his bar without getting hit by a CE whip punch is a very big deal right now. Ramon trying to play it a little bit closer to the chest now. No!
No, it's just, you can't
This
hit
is
him.
going to be the killer. This will be the killer. Fantastic bait on the RI. Whipped an RI into a 2A. Now he's got to spend the bar. 8-Way kind of screwed up his combo a bit.
Oh,
What?
that's dead.
Did he try to RI there? What happened? No, that's going to be already safe, my dude. I feel like there was some spaghetti on both sides on that last part. Very, very tense stuff from both players, especially at the very end. 8-Way screwed up an RI or something in the middle of that string. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure why he got hit, but at that point, the stage positioning kind of killed any sort of momentum that 8-Way could get out of there.
All right. We're going to go to Ender's J versus Hibachi next. So, Killick. Oh, right. So Ender's put Hibachi into losers.
Yeah, it was a pretty
Way
lopsided match.
Yeah. Hopefully, Enders hasn't lost his mental composure between then and now. I don't think so. That's not a thing he would do. So probably gonna go very similarly unless Hibachi has really like gained all of his, you know, sensibilities between then and now. Like really warmed up, has reached the next level of Yomi, some shit like that.
Battle 1. Fight.
All right. We just going in with the A.
So the way that Enders ended up doing this before, he really seemed to have a very strong game plan about how to fight against Hibachi, and Hibachi didn't really come off as having any means of a game plan at all. And for the most part, Enders really just worked off of things like K2, 1-1K, even like 3K and stuff, and he always did stuff that was unmonumentable and just a lot of like these in-close side steps, which seem to be all getting caught by verticals at the moment. But
Yeah.
if Enders just goes with the same game plan that he had before, if he can remember what that was like, then
Yeah,
I'm
Hibachi
sure
just stepped like a billion times on it. He just needs to contain that, and we should be good to go.
that 6K was supposed to be something else. Oh, also did a ton of grabs, so maybe Hibachi's under the impression that he's aware that the grabs are going to be coming a lot more often, in which case, yeah, it's killing, so you're going to get a wall rise B. That's going to be pretty important. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay, Anders needs to wake up, like, really quickly. Like, it really seems like, very much like how the first game, the first set went with them. Hibachi just didn't really have an idea of what was going on versus Enders. Now it seems like the opposite. Good punish. Yeah, now he's just wrong on every piece of mix, and this is going to be tough.
Spending some meter to make something happen, but even so, it's then nothing.
Good punish.
Here we go.
And oh, again, you're wrong, dude. Hibachi has been... Okay, is he dead? No, he's not dead. But very close.
It's gonna hurt a lot, though.
Yeah. Dead to a K2. Ah, nice.
Good stuff.
I appreciate the fact that he went with a Hori, because Killix tend to hard sidestep after that because of recover so quickly.
But he spent all of his meter just to make that round happen, so... Killick on huge meter advantage here.
But again, the Killick meter advantage, frankly,
it's not
is as impressive as it would be for any other character.
Yeah. Well, here's one bar.
See, now you just A6 him away. I think that's the idea. No, he's trying to hard sidestep and it's not working out. Yeah, see, now he can heal and he's totally fine. I think one of the things that Killick is really good at is edging out rounds like this with things that are weird. Fantastic slight sidestep. It didn't even look like he sidestepped there. But that's a real tough situation. He's got something like 4A, which is always something that you have to be worried about, but then he also has things like 8A plus B and just jump A to just make situations really weird where it's like, okay, I want to try and mount my comeback. Oh, Killick's always in the air. It's not going to work. Yeah, there we go. This is what he was doing last time. Just getting like those slight counter hit timings, but then also coupling it with pressure that eliminates Killick's ability to be evasive.
Yeah. Alright, good damage from that. A lot of gunshots. Ooh. Really? I think so. Okay, well, he won that, but I didn't expect it to connect.
Really tempting to go with REK as Cervantes in that situation, because it's like, how often does REK kill?
Really just then. Alright, good step, good punish.
Man. Anders is having a tough time mounting pressure on some of these technical knockdowns. He always is trying to go for something that it looks like some sort of like a clear setup, and it never is. He's gonna get a tiny punish here. Okay, so he decides to soul charge. Is that gonna make Anders soul charge back? No, it's not. But Can's doing a tiny bit of damage. Yeah, just running away.
Alright, soul charge on
Go off? No,
Ooh, interrupted. Oh! This is working out really well for Enders.
Yeah, but he's still dead to one hit. That's it. Wow, that was so risky to try and sidestep Killick's reversal edge. Especially with how Anders' luck was against Yoshi 6, I'm surprised I didn't catch him.
I think he knew it was going to work.
I mean, that's what typically works, but just so you know, aiming 4-6K is completely RE safe, and it gets caught by killer RE specifically all the time.
That was sick. Nothing happened from it, but it looked really cool.
What ended up happening is that Hibachi lost a lot of health.
Very true. He's just sitting here in evil Killick mode.
Oh boy.
I feel like he should heal now. Okay, never mind. Pillars for the...
That's the whole thing. But,
Okay,
important
fair
to note,
enough.
Ender does have that 3B plus K lethal hit ratcheted up.
Yep.
There it is.
There
See?
it is.
I'm gonna go with the setup for more bullets.
Pew, pew.
So that's 4.
I think that's 5.
Yeah, maybe 5.
The air part is 3, and then the ground part's 2 more. Working on a red guard gauge there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty big deal. I just hope that it doesn't... It's gonna be a matter of, like, is Ender's only gonna go with Hori simply because he
he's gonna
knows
catch it.
that the opponent is gonna try and sidestep the guard crush, or not? But you don't
There it
get
is,
anything.
but you don't get anything, yeah.
That was frankly a really bad idea. That
That
did
wasn't
nothing
possible.
for you, my dude. Alright, you got the chip damage. He's dead to a 2K. Same
Got
thing? Oh man, barely the tip of it. That reversal edge thrusting Killick forward almost completely killed the potential for Enders to get it there.
True,
I
true,
appreciate
but that move is deceptively long range. And it is like an all.
That's what I mean. Like the move he chose for a whip punish was incredibly smart. Had you gone for like a BB, an A6, an AA, I don't know, man.
Yeah. And yes, it is 1-1. That wasn't the first match. That was the second, right?
Yeah, it's 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember Hibachi won the first game pretty solid.
Yeah. And we were like, oh, Ender's got to step it up.
Yes, it's like some of these like wake ups and some of these like mid-range positions, Enders is getting a little bit too ambitious of where he's going, and he's getting caught like every time. Okay, catching the wall rising B, but oh boy, that's important information for Hibachi to have. Oh boy.
Poking the
Oh no!
shins.
Oh no!
Here we are in no clutter Astral Chaos.
Remember,
My favorites.
Enders is thinking about potentially going off the wall more often. Probably not because it almost screwed him up.
It really did.
Catching that slight twitch duck with a grab. Smart stuff. He's
ooh,
being
what?
correct more often on his timings, but not necessarily getting a lot of damage out of it.
Good box.
Catching that sidestep. Yeah, so he's going hard in for the mix, and it's sometimes working and sometimes not, which may not be enough. Side spend meter here.
Yep.
Wow, that was so smart. I kind of wish that he had confirmed what the situation was and just gotten the back grab. I feel like maybe the back grab would have killed without spending any meter, but Killick spent bar 2, so it's fine.
Right. I think that's a situation where Enders will usually just hit CE because it's...
Well, that was the whole point. He did the A6 specifically so he could counter hit confirm a CE, so that was the whole idea. Double IGDR into more bullets. Yeah, he's going for less committal Oki now, which I think is smart.
Oh, and we got the
Really don't
lethal
know what he's
hit.
supposed to do with that. It's crazy.
Why the grab there?
Both players grabbing a lot. One because Hibachi seems unsure about his ability to whip punish and will just go for a grab so at least it's some sort of like pseudo force mix. Anders going for the grab because that's what he does.
It's Ender's J. Raptor's J.
Slight twitch duck into wall rising B.
Oh, he rolled out of it.
Boy,
Still died.
that was so scary. We should have been dead anyway, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Paradise
Wow,
Off.
catch him out of the air. That does not do a lot of damage out of the air. Nope, he did not sidestep enough to beat the wall rising B, my dude. I think wall rising B was like a huge, was hugely missing the first time that they played. And that really seems to be paying dividends this set. That's not going to do it, but going to become awfully close.
Needs to
Vintage
respect
setup
even
did not work. The can sort
Oh,
of
that's a hit. No, it's not.
That was so weird. So the first hit of Cans caught Anders' sidestep, but that's not going to give him the pop-up. Hibachi confirmed that the Cans had hit based on the first hit. That's why he went into the CE. but Enders had not pressed a button, and I honestly feel like he could have punished with something that didn't include meter, because that takes a long time to get ready.
Oh,
wow, that's the best punish I've seen on 4-4 AA ever in my life. Bot just got that bar. He could do something with it. This match has been kind of crazy. Beating mashing twice. But again, he has that meter, so at some point he could heal or just make his damage output just that much higher.
There it is. Good. Nice that it got blocked, but still, this is going to be...
Oh man, that grab.
Great grab. Puts him in exactly where he wants to be.
Alright.
Bet the farm, and...
Free game's the way to go in a situation like that. You don't want to make any kind of commitments much closer than the first time that they played, but Enders ends up pulling it out yet again.
Yeah. Hibachi definitely either figured some stuff out or just, like, got the Eye of the Tiger equipped, you know?
Well, he definitely figured Wall Rising B a lot more than before.
All right, we're going to head back over to Winners Finals and get Yoshi 6 and Pheromontras in here. All right, so this is for the top slot of grand finals. The loser will go on to fight the winner of Ramon and Enders J, which we'll see after this.
Two people we see relatively often in these kinds of things. I think this is one of the a pseudo-rare opportunity for people like Pheromontras and Yoshi 6 to be in grand finals over people like Ramon and Enders. But
Since this is Winners Finals, let's take a moment and just take a look at the Matcherino. I don't even know what we're up to at this point. I've been going really hard nonstop, and I want to make sure that
we are at
knowledge, folks.
Right now, we are at $211. Let me click refresh. Anyway, guys, we're at Winners Finals, so please use the Matcherino if you can. We still have 51 codes left to Ustream. We got 200 people in here. Sign in with your Twitch ID and donate that 30 cents for free. Also, click the sponsor quest, guys. Power A, Lucid Sound, G Fuel Energy, Punch Planet, Twitter Quest, YouTube Quest, Twitch Quest, Click Quest. All free options to donate to the event. Really helps everything out, so we appreciate any support you can give. You know, even if it's the free code or sponsor quest, it really does help, guys.
There we go.
Yep. Thank y'all. Enjoy the Winners Finals.
I see people hitting the button like I told them to.
Yeah, mash that.
There we go. Yeah, just everybody hit the button. Make sure that we get those codes. Make sure that you contribute. You know, we really appreciate it. It really does help. It really helps us continue to deliver high-quality Soulcalibur matches to your faces every month. All right, so this is Winners Finals. Let's... All right, tell them to go for it. I see people still hitting the button. That's very good. That's what we like to see. Thank you very much.
Wise choice. Yoshimitsu.
Quiet.
So it's probably going to be a matchup of... I wouldn't even necessarily say keep out versus trying to get in, because unfortunately Zasa's keep out isn't necessarily great, seeing as how his two hitters tend to push his opponent forward. So it's going to be kind of rough doing naturally with the fact that Yoshimitsu is going to be in spots where he gets to be pushed in and have his job kind of done for him of trying to get in. Now that being said, he doesn't typically do as much damage off of counter hits like this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's some real Pheromontrous damage right there.
But this is basically the best kind of stage that Pheromontrous could have gotten. He doesn't necessarily have to deal with wall combos all that often, and it's a large enough space to where ring outs aren't going to be a big problem the whole time either. Whole stage positioning, he's going to be able to like stay in the center pretty regularly.
Hey Art, can you switch the names when you go second? Alright. Post GI. Oh, baited. It doesn't matter because Yoshi can just like pop you up in the air and do that. Oh, what?
He tried to whip into a 460 a little bit much there. He's got double curse now, so I wonder if there's anything he can do with that. He doesn't need a whole lot. Yeah, he just basically gets this, and that's fine.
Yep. It closes the round out. That's all it needs to do. Whoa. Big cash donation. Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah. Oh wow, that had no hitboxes at all.
None whatsoever.
But he gets 2 curses now, so he probably gets something pretty huge. Yeah, it doesn't fall for the tech trap, so smart stuff. Just gets like a solid amount of damage from guard damage.
Sidestep.
I don't think that's sidestep. Okay, it is.
That definitely worked. Yeah.
Almost
A
like
little off, but... Ooh, great block. What a read. But not on that one. Remember, this is winner's final, so it's a first to 3. What's Yoshi 6 thinking about?
Probably changing the stage, right? You gotta. There's so many different stages you could get that'd be so much better.
True. Agreed.
And there really isn't a stage I can think of that would be just straight up worse. Yeah. I hope we didn't make that decision just simply on what I said.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like if you're playing and watch it and also listening to the commentary on your playing, that's probably not very good for your mental stack, you know? Suddenly second guessing everything you do. Up. Good roll.
Oh, you're out. No, you're not. Never mind.
No, but just a big pile of Yoshi wall damage.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
More. Okay,
today.
did he expect that second one to splat?
It definitely seemed that way, but it looks like you have forever and a day to try and confirm something like that.
Yeah, it did seem like a very long stun. Crumple stun. Rive.
Nice.
It's gonna hurt.
I appreciate the fact that he was able to get out of there. Again, not falling for it, but frankly, the 2-2 AA in and of itself is going to be plenty of damage. He's not out yet. Gonna put him in a bad stage position, so guaranteed 3B. Nobody's getting grabbed.
No, not a single grab is working. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Got the meter advantage, and Yoshi is just getting caught by some of these really heavy hits, and it's causing a damage disparity between the two characters for the most part.
Yeah, it seems like everything Pheromontrous does converts into a giant pile of damage. Yoshi is mild in comparison. Like, that was pretty good, though. Sweep won't kill. But, ooh, good block.
Oh, wow.
Too bad that, yeah.
Yeah, see, in some of these situations, I feel like Yoshi 6 could be mashing a lot more often. Like, once Zos pulls you in, like, you don't necessarily have frame advantage in those spots, so you could be challenging with more than just sidestep or movement. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, that was
but he just doesn't do it off of Zox's strings. Maybe he thinks that Zox's strings are plus all the time, or maybe there's some sort of setup that he's constantly thinking that Pheromontress is fishing for, and isn't. Wow, that could have been literal.
That could have been dead.
He might
Now
be dead.
instead it's him
himself,
dying.
yeah.
What, you're telling me Zox's strings aren't always plus?
I mean, they virtually never are. These moves are pretty fast. Yeah, just like challenges on AA. Like, I don't see why not, right? Oh boy, that toe poke actually catching there was a pretty big deal.
Big deal.
You have to find an opportunity to spend bar at some point, because now you're dead to a CE, so you're gonna have to be worried about a counter CE at some point too.
Yeah, he wasn't sure, so he went for the grab.
Still has counter CE, but along with that, tons of chip damage. Yeah, Yoshi trying to back up. Is that an RI? No. Yeah, just immediately backing up, spends the orb. Okay, here we go. You probably get like a guaranteed 3v here, sure.
Yep.
Oh wow, the crossover. Is this really going to take it to the next game? It is. The door knocker. Man, all it took was that one teleport into 3AA.
Mm-hmm. Yoshi Soul Charge. Bananas. Now, Yoshi, I guess, just really wanted a breather after that.
Yeah, I mean, you can take that kind of thing. I tend to go into it immediately after I won, simply because it's not my decision to do one thing or the other.
Right.
But,
kind of what I was thinking when I said
their
that.
own.
It's just like he's sitting on the menu for no choice of his own.
3B, huh?
Good little punishes, though, on some of these blocks.
Oh, boy.
The pressure. Oh, he's done.
You know what? Yoshi 6, you got real greedy there. In fact, I think that A plus B was unintentional. I feel like he meant to do something else. Because that A plus B, I mean, it's one of the worst A plus Bs in the game, and I don't really know what it was intent was to catch. I'm not sure. Wow, these A plus Bs from both players are just kind of coming out and doing some stuff, and it's weird. Oh, I think you died. No, you didn't, because that was supposed to be a 4-6B. That was supposed to be a ring out almost for sure. I think for sure Pheromontress ended up getting a BB as opposed to what he really wanted, which would have killed, seeing as how Yoshi 6 did not reach a guy immediately.
Flash.
He's got a huge amount of meter if he wants to spend it. Yeah. Up against the wall, too. Yeah, that's exactly what he wanted you to do, Pheromontress.
Alright. Soul charging out of danger.
Okay, now I've got the curses. So you're like dead to one combo right now. Yeah, you're dead.
It is.
Oh, I guess that's one of the
What? I could have sworn I've seen him do follow-ups to that before.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but 2 bars to 0. Yoshi 6 gonna be spending it pretty immediately. You see how he's been challenging a lot of those Pheromontress strings once he pushes them in a lot more often.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Yes.
Oh, whoop.
It's a good punish there. He's got some work to do, and he's not going to do it. So, equal meter, pretty much completely neutral for the last hinge point of this set.
Punishing the throw. Stayed on the ground, real smart from Pheromontress.
Oh, I feel like he could have gotten a curse there. Alright, spending Soul Charge. So we're kind of in a similar situation than we were before. Except Pheromontress is the one who has to, like, make that comeback. Yeah, that was too obvious. Ah, okay. Pheromontress getting a bit too bullheaded in that last portion of the game.
I'm not sure. I feel like the sliding was a little... not... well, I wanted to say telegraphed, but, like, just sort of, like, desperate, really. Not sure it would have done much, even if it hadn't been blocked.
Yoshi being a mad cooler right now. Pheromontress is readying up so quickly, so immediately every time.
Yeah, some, you know, you got, like you said, some players just like to go right back into it, even on losses. Oh, he's out.
No, he's not. He doesn't have any meter.
Oh, okay.
Man, that was such a lame play from Yoshi 6 to like immediately back up to like the center of the ring. Very interesting choice. And then to immediately go back in. That's hard to calculate. That's hard to like play around.
Ooh.
No, that's gonna be, yeah, you needed to spend your bubble, dude. You can teleport out of those situations. Now that Yoshi 6 is challenging those stance situations a lot more often, Pheromontress is having a tough time getting things started. Really, frankly, the real killer was that one comeback round where Yoshi 6 had that soul charge and was able to get all this damage.
Yeah.
And pull it back. Ever since then, I feel like Pheromontress's soul has stopped burning.
Ooh. That's not good. You need that to keep burning.
Well, depending on what you want to do. In this situation, yeah, totally.
Yoshi content to back off and... Oh, okay, well, not anymore. Is this gonna kill? Yes.
Yeah, Yoshi's ability to spend meter to extend those combos just enough is a real big advantage that not a lot of people have. And it's important to remember that, yeah, exactly, the BBBs from Yoshi 6 immediately coming in the second that 2 bars have been had by his opponent.
Speaking of which, Pheromontress should have used his meter.
Well, I mean, he kind of doesn't have to, assuming that he doesn't end up getting mollywopped by something.
Exactly.
He's keeping check of it the whole time. It's just a matter of, like, whether he can get... Yeah, there it is.
There it is!
But he's got so much health that it's a possibility.
Yeah, taking one of those
that,
isn't the biggest deal.
There it is. What? That wasn't a punish? That was weird.
Oh,
No, that's not good.
It's not gonna work.
Yoshi CE, one of the worst. Maybe the worst CE in the game.
Soul charge
There
on
was
there.
Ivy.
Okay.
Yeah, see, frankly, if I'm Yoshi 6, it's like, oh, I won because Pheromontress had to spend the bar for that round.
Yeah. Interesting choice. I guess he felt he needed to get him out of there.
At that point, you kind of have to,
Yeah.
yeah. Not easy.
Oof. Great stuff for Yoshi. Alright, he's gonna take it.
Yeah, so Yoshi 6, again, some of these comebacks with some of these knockdowns, it really felt like the Oki that Yoshi 6 was able to get was keeping Pheromontress from getting anything going. He didn't really have the strongest defense in the world, and then on top of it, when he was punishing, or at least challenging some of the block strings that Zobs was able to pull out with something other than sidestep, it really kind of threw Pheromontress for a loop. He was able to keep it together for virtually the whole set, it's just that Yoshi 6 had a little bit more clutch in him.
We're going right back into it with Ramon and Ender's J. Which is most likely going to be Enders on player 1 and Ramon on player 2.
Welcome to the stage of history.
Team kill. Big team kill moments. But the winner of this will go on to fight Pheromontress. All right, standard NLBC fare here.
A very classic tale, though I can't remember the last time that they played. Ramon has definitely had a very clutch string of moments in this tournament so far, especially with his games against Incendiate. That was very impressive. Cervantes, significantly better keep-out character. Not necessarily a worse matchup than against Changhua. In fact, I would potentially think that Changhua is a harder matchup for Sophie than Cervantes, but I wouldn't think that either of them are particularly great.
Eventually, the grab will work.
Yeah, it's going to be a matter of if Ramon can not just duck the grabs, but really punish really heavily with things like 4A plus B and stuff. If he has that or not. The fact that he's going for a 12 on a minus 14 might be enough of a damage disparity to where, like, Anders will feel more comfortable going for 3Bs. If he feels like he's not getting optimally punished, then he might feel more comfortable risking something like that. Oh, come on! That's Survey 101, yo!
That's gonna
Yep.
punish,
Oh, wow.
It sure
That's
is.
honestly really impressive. I find that Sophie's CE is one of the worst in the game, and trying to whip punish it is very much not easy.
I too cannot afford to lose.
I think Ramon makes very good use of it, though. Smart jump, but nothing happened after it.
It was kind of like a neutral hop, so we won't get a whole lot. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I was gonna say, come on, the entertain me should not be like working in a spot like that. And he's got a good amount of meter. Probably only gonna use it if he gets challenged. There's no reason to use it aggressively in a spot like this.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, see these pokes from like this range where Sophie can't really contest it. The fact that Sophie has a ton of tech crouches also doesn't really matter all that much. You're just getting poked from like this farther away range and at a multitude of damage that Sophie can't necessarily even compete with.
But up close, this happens. Not that Cervantes.
I mean, up
can
close,
it.
but like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like an okay amount of damage.
it's. I mean, it's not momentous, but it did change the tide in Ramon's favor quite.
Yeah, you would certainly hope so. So now it's a matter of Ender's not whipping anything. The second that you do, well,
with that step, get lightning for it.
oh, wow, that was so smart. He intentionally dropped the punish on the full crouch 1K. So, because all he was going to get was like a wall rising K, right? That's not going to change the momentum of the match. Just so he could effectively just treat it like a force mix. That's like an Astaroth kind of thing to do. So it's smart stuff. Especially with the kind of damage that you're going to be able to pull off there, not even with a hard combo or nothing. And this is still 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah. This is semifinals, so not quite yet in Losers Finals. Ooh. Oof, oof, oof. So many shots. Oh, 6-6A all day. Can't last forever, though. And this is basically, I think, what you've been saying for this entire thing. The damage disparity. Like, these little 6-6As, they're working, but they are not winning the fight for Sophie.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that Enders recognized the situation that they were at in that spot to just go for a small poke to try and beat out the counter hit hunting that Ramon is known for. It's like Anders was put in a position where he had to accept the mix, except he wasn't. Like, he couldn't move, he couldn't necessarily GI or RE, he just had to straight up, like, block or guess, so he just went the next level and just going for a mash instead. Going with the wall rising Bs instead, I like this because of the pushback and the fact that that move is just so good in and of itself. It's going to be forcing Ramon to be sidestepping a lot more often, which is exactly why he's going for A6 at this point. Nice tuck.
Oh, good duck.
That's a clutch duck. Okay, decides to spend the bar. This isn't going to do a whole lot of extra damage. It's going to force Anders to spend his own bar. Well, maybe not even, because again, that did literally nothing at all.
Yeah.
I don't know so much about that meter.
Yeah,
Now that I think about
don't
it.
know if that was right.
So clutch. Okay, no, end up spending the bar. It's dead to a 1K though. Whoa!
Just missed.
I don't think anybody realized what was going to happen there, and he gets a punish. No, he doesn't. Oh man, he does like a TAS into a 4B. That was some clutch stuff. That's the kind of stuff that Ramon needs to pull off. I just don't know how reproducible that is.
Yeah. That's gonna
Good
hurt.
side step. Ender still has that bar. Trying to do the airworthy. Yeah, 6K on blocking the 6K, pretty good.
Ramona's not going to make it easy for Enders, that's for sure.
Yeah, some of these clutch moments, I just don't know how somebody, like, even with the fact that, like, Ramon is more old school than I am, but not by that much anymore, I never understand how he's able to pull out some of the stuff that he does.
Patience. Incredible patience. I feel like the only time Ramon is, like, really challenged is when he loses that and starts doing things.
Alright, basically as neutral as can be. No real guard pressure to speak of, obviously no meter disparity. Ramon isn't necessarily getting a lot out of these whip opportunities, though. So he ends up getting the mix here.
A little 1K, why not? Okay. Cervantes can do that too. Haha.
Yeah, his isn't anywhere near as good. But they're both dead to a CE. Yeah.
There it is.
Ender is taking it over Ramon. I think he just kind of accepted what Ramon's gambit was going to be, which was a lot of tiny pokes. And CE from Cervantes is a lot easier to whip punish with than Sophie's is. And so Anders just decided to do the exact same thing. And Ramon was unable to answer to it.
All right, Enders is going to stay on, and we're going to bring in Pheromontris for losers finals.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Okay, we're going to wait just a few minutes for Enders to come back. He needs a little break. I guess this is as good a time as any to say, hey, how about that matcherino? $235.
Yep. Yeah, I got you guys.
Yeah, hit it.
Let's see what's up. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream so far. We're at our last two matches of the tournament, so we can really use your support. Hit up that Match Arena page. We're at $235.94. How many codes we got left, guys? You know, I'll make sure you use all those codes, guys. We still got 45 codes left to use, right? So we gotta get with it. Stream. It only takes a minute of your time. Completely free. And we have 44 of them, so use them. If you're feeling extra generous, please mash these sponsor quests. $1.20 to the tournament. Lucid Sound is 90 cents. Punch Planet is 30 cents. We got Twitter quests. We got YouTube quests. We got Twitch quests. And we have Click quests. Also, shouts to the people that have subscribed to the stream today. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep this going. And yeah, enjoy the matches.
Thanks, everyone. Like I keep saying, it's a really big deal. It helps us keep doing this. All right, here we are. Pheromontris on the left versus Enders J on the right.
They did not play in the tournament so far, correct?
That does sound true.
Now, if I remember correctly, this was quite a long time ago when I was playing Survey to S rank. Enders was telling me that this is a very, very comfortable match for Cervantes. Because Cervantes in 2A plus B has one of the best ways of challenging Zos if he wants to try and get a little funky post-block string. And again, Pheromontris' combos with Zos are incredibly powerful. They do a lot of damage. They probably just slightly out-damage Cervantes, and Cervantes' combos are significantly more reproducible. They don't require curses or nothing. They just require literally a whip punish like this.
Yep.
So it does look like it could be pretty tough. And this is loser finals, so this is 3 out of 5, right?
Yep. Very good. Oh, wow. Okay, back throw for big damage. Everybody's sidestepping correctly. Yeah.
See, a lot of these things, so he's really just working off of the propensity that Pheromontress doesn't want to go into those hoary strings that we were talking about, because it doesn't necessarily net him a whole lot. He's going to have to go with them a lot more often. I think Anders has been doing this all tournament, is that people are not going as horizontal as I think they need to in a meta like this, a step duck meta like this, you know?
Yeah. See, we're seeing a little bit more of that from Pheromontress. Hopefully he keeps it up. But okay. There we go.
Gunshot into a run of 3B. I like it.
Right, soul charge for Hadoukens. Wow, that's gonna hurt a lot.
Gets a very solid amount of pressure on that guard, and he's got another curse. I can't see if that's 1 or 2. I think it's only 1.
He had the soul charge again to get Anders off, and it worked out.
Yeah, he had to spend both bars for that kind of situation, so he's not going to be able to reproduce that immediately. So it's going to be a matter of, like, does Enders feel like the only reason why that comeback happened was because he expended so many resources? I'm inclined to believe that, and if that's the case, then he doesn't need to change virtually anything.
Makes sense.
He can spend meter if he wants to, but Cervantes meter isn't exactly something that increases your offensive pressure. So he's probably just going to keep it very pseudo, like Shades of Incendiary, and just wait for a whip punish. Especially with how vertical that Pheromontress has been so far. Yeah, they're just trying to play the counter hit game. There it is. Got that gunshot lethal hit too. Doesn't matter.
Right,
Yeah, just playing it very calmly, very coolly. Oh boy. Yeah, that 2A plus B lethal hit is pretty killer. Ends up getting a good amount of damage there. But again, it's like kind of like the same as Cervantes, so he's going to need a little bit more. Doesn't fall for the tech trap that time around, but it looks like Pheromontress is going to be able to pull this out. Anders would have needed a grand total of about 2.5 hits in order to get that next round.
Sorry, I was momentarily distracted there. Okay, so we've got...
It is. Both of these guys are very big hitters, though, so it's tough to see... Wow, just imagine if he had sidestepped that instead. It
seemed like he forgot about the third hit there.
Yeah, it wouldn't have killed, but, well, he just, like, took a bet. Because, obviously, if you sidestep for the third hit, you're not going to be able to punish the 2-hitter. Oh, he ends up teching, so that's going to give him a huge amount of damage into his setup. But yeah, a life leads, I don't necessarily know if they're going to mean all that much in a matchup like this, just because of how hard both
so explosive. Yeah. Both these characters are capable of just like putting out significant damage off of many things.
So it's like, how much attention do you put into the poking game for either player? It's tough, because I think the poking game potentially benefits Survey more. But it's just, it's real tough, you know? Alright, it's a huge amount of damage. Rain pressure really not coming into play all that much for either player either.
Yeah, they've been mostly mid-screen, not really
I gotta say,
territory.
Like, when Enders loses games, it's because he ends up getting too vertical heavy on his own wake up, and people are just hard sidestepping every single time. Like, every 3-3B has been kind of killed huge amount of damage there. So that
I don't want
is
to call out something though before we all forget it happened.
What up?
The round before this one, the A6, while in Soul Charge, you expect Cervantes to do his A6B because of so much chip, etc. The A6 in Soul Charge into throw to the command throw. That was pretty sick.
That's a rude thing to do.
Very rude. I loved it.
Oh man.
Oh no.
That whip punish, but that was tough. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, try to catch him with like a wake up sidestep or something, I guess.
Yeah.
Punishing the string. Again, life lead's pretty big, but a 2A plus B lethal hit could practically even this out. Varamantra is
sidestepping.
trying real hard to stay away from exactly the situation that I'm talking about, though. Oh boy, here we go. The mix-up isn't the strongest in the world. Okay.
Whoa.
You know what? I respect it. I respect it. That's... If there's ever a time to test out just to make sure, it's a time like that. Did not go for the double IGDR, probably because if he was off on it, he would have died. Oh no. Oh, you got saved by the bell there, my dude.
Oh, he stepped into it with a move.
You know what? It's your fault. It's 100% your fault.
It really is.
It's gonna be the regular 3B, yep.
And 2A plus B on the roll to close it out. Back turn B plus K? I don't think so. Oh, good step.
Yeah, very good. Really seems like Pheromontress is trying to play a more defensive style now. Makes sense, because he really gets hammered if he tries to play cheeky literally at all against a character like this. Now, Enders can match that. It's just a matter of practically applying it. Oh, it decides to spend the bar. I'm very surprised by that.
Oh, how did that reach? What?
What are you supposed to do?
What the hell?
What are you supposed to do about that Psycho Crusher? I really don't get it.
Cervantes.
Gee whiz. God, that sucks. Man, this is so similar to when Pheromontress lost to Yoshi 6, right? There was that one round where he had it in the bag, and then Yoshi 6 just, like, creamed him with one soul attack with one bar, and it completely killed all momentum for him. Now, that was a much slower death than the one that's potentially going to be happening with Enders right now. He only needs one round, and yeah, that 1A is going to seal the deal. The second that Pheromontress lost that second round, it just completely killed it for all parties involved.
A dominating performance from Enders J. Oh, they're already going into it. I think Enders just immediately like re-upped. He was just like, all right, start.
Well, it is getting late.
I also want to finish it.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that he wants to finish it at this point.
Me too.
But he's also probably raring to go, what with the fact that, like, I'm not saying that Yoshi 6 specifically won because of jank the last time they played, but boy howdy. There was a lot of robbery that went on, especially in the last game, the last time they played. And so, Anders has a long road ahead of him if that's what he wants to do, but here we go.
Guys, it's grand finals. We got Yoshi 6 versus Enders J. Match Reno link is in chat. Please do go click the button. If you haven't clicked the button yet, we know there are a bunch of you out there because there are, a couple hundred people watching the stream and only, 40 or 51 codes have been used. So please click the button. Oh, no, wait. A lot more than that got used when I wasn't looking. So we got 35 codes left. That's still a lot. Still possible to get all of that sweet, delicious free money. Still possible to donate for these fine young gentlemen. Party Wolf. What the fuck? It's this far in? Yeah, man. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it's been going on for 4 hours. I have been talking for 4 hours straight.
Technically, grand finals is part of top 8. All right, here we are. Let's get it.
Anders will need to reset the bracket in order for this to become his tournament. Very quick first round. Man, I remember the last time they played. Full Crouch 3K was blocked like 4 times in a row, and Enders gets a pretty decent punish on it, so it's not like it's nothing, right? And then the 5th time in a row, Yoshi 6 still went for it. Dude, he cannot punish that. How does he punish that move? He straight up cannot punish while rising AA after a whiz. He's gonna have to go with like a B2 or an AA or something. He's gonna have to go with something much smaller than what he wants. It's just not working out.
Yep, I remember that. That was
that full crouch 3K, Anders is just going to assume that it's coming every single time after that, because that is a very standard Yoshi thing. I think I had mentioned in the previous set that Yoshi players salivate at the idea of having to block something that forces them into crouch because they get a very typical...
Got him.
Wow, he went with a CE simply because he knew that 3B would whiff, even though the last time he went for CE on a sidestep, it whiffed too. So, hey.
Well,
what are you gonna do?
I think he was a lot, like, looking at the situation from the outside, I could see why he was a lot more short. It was, that animation just keeps going. Yoshi Door Knocker has a lot of hits to it. He wants to leave. All right. Can't blame him. Walls are definitely better for Cervantes than Yoshimitsu.
Larger space. Well, large space, I think, is really the thing that kills it. In terms of just walls in general, I think Yoshi still does better with them. So he probably just wants something that's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And that's what he got. This is a hell of Yoshi stage.
Oh yeah, this is quite possibly the best thing that he could have gotten out of that random.
I mean, yeah, probably, right? Wow, the first time he went for a mid. The second time he went for a mid. Here we go. Okay, the 3B actually caught that time. Interesting.
Yoshi not invulnerable all the time.
Yeah, Yoshi 6 really needs to make sure that his character is invulnerable in all those spots like it was in the first set. Or else I don't know how this is going to pan out. No GI on the second attack. No punish on the A side B. That's very important news. Yep, just getting that guard damage. Now you really need to make sure that you actually spend that guard damage appropriately this time, Enders. Gets him pushed up against the wall. Yeah, he's almost dead to a wall combo. All these little tiny pokes that can eventually go to like something pretty heavy, but solid patience from Enders.
Yeah, that's I think when Enders tends to win the most is when he can keep up that patience for a very long time.
It's not easy against these
Boom.
guys. Yes, there's the B2 I was talking about.
Like I said, he's definitely confident in his ability to B2 flying characters, but you know, I think last time. The last match that these two had earlier in bracket was sort of a wake-up call for Enders. He's, you know, definitely changed some things up since then.
It was so frustrating because like there were so many things that just didn't work, just out of nowhere. Stuff that you couldn't necessarily reproduce. It would have been real tough. So he spends bar here. He's not right on the mix, so now he's going to have to deal with Yoshi.
Ooh.
No, he's not. He's just going to win.
Yeah.
All right, 2 down, 4 to go.
I mean, sometimes you just catch them and they die, you know? Now, what do you suppose Yoshi 6 is thinking about?
He probably just wants to take a breather and try to just... In a lot of situations like this, you're not necessarily thinking of specific details. He also doesn't want to move over to random stage. I very much doubt he would want to change the stage from this.
Yeah.
He's not getting any momentum for ring outs. He's not getting any momentum for wall combos, so he needs to mix it up where he doesn't necessarily just constantly fish for the thing that's going to get him the wall combo, but Anders is still respecting the wall combo. That's why he is playing so defensively and he's not necessarily mashing at certain spots, right? So what you do is that you go for the things that would then beat somebody who's just being stoic. You end up going for like the small hits that will effectively accrue enough damage, and the opponent still has to be worried about that wall combo. The threat in and of itself is going to be enough. So that's one thing that you could go for.
The threat of a Yoshi wall combo is definitely significant, especially on the stage, where they can convert into ring outs very easily.
He also needs to not whip as much, which I know is easier said than done against Cervantes, but that's definitely one of the things that's killing him.
Alright, there we go. We got Yoshi 6 on the board.
It's also just a matter of, like, this is something that I talk about all the time, is that when you are in grand finals, you beat the person, you're in winners of grand finals, you beat the person that's now matching up with you in grand finals. I think that person, assuming they're a good player, which they probably are because they got to grand finals, the person who lost the first time is actually has an advantage, because they have to adapt to something, and they're a good player, so they probably adapted, right? You as the winner, you didn't have to adapt to anything. Why would you change anything? It worked. It worked the first time. So you're kind of on the back foot, and that's why resets happen a good amount of times, because Yoshi 6 didn't need to adapt to anything until he lost this set, assuming he does lose. He's going to get this ring out here. No, he's not. What happened there? He did an avoiding the puddle that was like a 7k instead of like a 9k, but it looks like he's going to get another chance at it. Not going to ring out this time.
And
so you see how, like, Enders was up against the ring edge?
Yep.
And Yoshi 6 immediately went for a, Okay, there we go.
Oh! Goddamn!
I mean, hey, desperate times, right?
Yeah.
You really gotta go for it.
You shoot a dude that's flying through the air, right? Of course.
Yeah. But the idea I was getting at is that, like, you see again,
Damn.
Yoshi 6 goes for just something that's immediately going to get him the combo. I think that if he were to add more layers to his offense, it would fare a lot better. Oh, that was loud, too. I really feel like Yoshi 6 just kind of botched this game. He could still win. He could still win. He still has bar. He's still Yoshimitsu on this stage. Oh, wow. What a trade. What a miserable trade for Enders.
Ooh, no.
Try and spend meter here?
Didn't work.
You better spend meter here, Enders. Okay.
No, he
Never
did.
mind. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I got the meters screwed up. I got the rounds in the meters screwed up.
Yeah, I definitely, I'm pretty sure I've heard you say that theory before about the mindset of who's in the winners.
And it'll really be a thing, because Ender still has quite a ways to go, even though he's solidly, in the driver's seat for most of the set so far. Man, see, like, this is like the little tiny pokes that, like, Yoshi 6 doesn't do. That's a ring.
Wow.
I think he forgot that Yoshi 6 was still in Soul Charge.
Yeah, he overdid the RE there. It was a great idea, but not with Soul Charge Yoshi.
It was an okay idea. I feel like even outside of Soul Charge, Yoshi still has the ability to get out of RE if he ends up using that A button. Oh, I'm so surprised he decided to keep the stage. There are so many better stages you could have gotten, I think. Well, it doesn't really matter. See, that's the kind of thing that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, outside of Soul Charge, the RE is a pretty risky maneuver. I guess there's no real reason to, like, try and change a stage against Yoshi. It's gonna be tough beans either way. But still, spooky.
I mean, he could get us Friendsburg back. That might be nice.
That's one of the stages he could get. He could also get just like, the forest, either one. And then you're dealing with Yoshi wall combos all day. No wall rising! So this is the thing. Maybe Yoshi 6 doesn't even need to worry about the reset. Maybe he figured out what he needed to do just in the 2 games that Enders won. That's one of the tough things about extended sets. Especially when you're the person on the outset who has to win so many games. Now you're in ring out pressure. Though Yoshi doesn't have bar. Fantastic sidestep. You risky...
Wow!
You biscuit. Had he been wrong about that, he would have been dead.
Oh my god.
I just mean executionally.
Yeah, but like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't. Just keep rolling.
Damn, that was a Ramon type. You can definitely tell that Enders is a Ramon child right there. 2A plus B times 4 into grab, the most basic forms of conditioning. Then 2A plus B on block into 2A plus B. Enders has decided to reset the bracket with the biggest statement ever. Out of my sight. So, because the bracket is reset, shouldn't they go to like a random stage? But I guess only if Enders wants it, right?
Right.
Seems like Enders has already hit rematch, so hey, whatever.
Just taking some calm time.
Oh, especially when the bracket is reset, for sure you want to do that.
Yep. Shin Grand Finals starting up.
So deciding to keep the stage. Both players successful on this stage, one more so than the other. Yeah, the poke maybe not the best idea against Cervantes.
Got him. Oh my goodness.
Off the wall stuff has been so successful for Enders. It has been just as successful as Sophie has not been. Yoshi 6 is kind of changing up his offense a little bit. He's going into other stance mixes that he hadn't been going for so much before. I wonder if that's going to be a worthwhile change. It hasn't been so far, but it's pretty early in the bracket now, in the set. Oh man, I think that was supposed to be something much, much bigger. There, like that. That's what it was supposed to be. Doesn't get a ring out though. Ring saving Enders. Man, we have reached such a merry-go-round of the post 2A plus B on block Oki in this set. We have gone from full crouch 3K post 2A plus B on block every single time to never, to the point where Enders is mashing after the move is blocked. It's like, how many times have we been in that spot? At least like 3 times a round. Spanning 2 full sets, now the 3rd. Getting more guard damage. You might as well just go for the guard damage in a spot like this. For sure.
Because his life is so low that like if he does win, great. If he doesn't win, he at least put a meter in the red. Oh, he decided to soul charge. Okay.
You know what? He's dead.
Yeah.
He put himself in a ring position where he could actually get something out of that. Oh man, the block. Oh man, the RE. Wow, dude.
Hey, look, if it works, it works.
Enders clutch off the wall stuff. I mean, he's been 100% successful with virtually everything that goes off the wall. I always wondered why he never really went for that kind of thing. It's really hard to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, Enders really came back to this grand finals with a a mindset that is letting him what the really? Why would he do this?
What, change the stage?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's lost on it a bunch.
Yeah.
And there's so many stages that he could get that are just as good, but give him like a bit of a palate cleanser. So I mean, like, this stage is just as strong. I can dig it. Don't really get anything out of that clash, huh? Just goes to a grab setup. That's unfortunate. Oh, wow. Razor's edge spacing there. It's the kind of thing that you can only do on Parsec. And offline.
Poke him. Kick him in the shins.
Yeah, tiny stuff. He doesn't even really have to worry about the punish post 3B on block. An AA that pushes out and puts Yoshi at minus is just really not that big of a deal. And this 2A plus B on block meta has really just gone so heavily in Ender's favor throughout the whole set that you just feel so comfortable using, like, effectively... I really feel like Ender's is effectively using, like, 3 to 4 moves every round. That's it. Decides to spend bar before Yoshi has bar. I like it. Of course, it failed miserably, but I still like the idea of it. There's that A6 in the throw you were talking about.
Yeah. It didn't work this time, though. And good duck. Okay.
Oh, he could have gotten such a bigger punish. That's a shame. He had his hand on the kick rather than the A button.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, he tried so hard to hold it, and it just didn't work.
Alright, good job.
Doesn't want to spend his bar. Also doesn't want to get wrung out, so yeah, he has to make sure that he's checking 2-2B every time now. That's not going to give him the ring out, just a huge amount of damage.
Yep.
Wow.
Jeez.
Now you might have to spend it. You might have to spend that bar. Not like that. Oh, but he's too far out. Oh man, the bait almost worked.
That was like 3 watts in a row right there.
I'm surprised that Cervantes didn't go farther away. Yeah, Ender's wants a rank.
Ender's like, goodbye. Let me out of here.
It's hard to get a good stage against Yoshi. Very hard to get
Welcome to the stage of history.
But he only needs one to tilt it in his favor. Did he get one? No, he didn't. Did not get a good stage against Yoshi. It's an okay one, I guess. Oh boy. Yoshi 6 kind of starting to feel himself. But it's only even. Good sidestep. I wish that he'd gotten a little bit more out of it, but really looks like this is going to be a battle of just how tight both players can play.
Yeah.
But the problem is that Yoshi has the mix that Cervantes does not. Man.
Oh, it was going so
Killed by
well.
rolls, dude. The quintuple 2A plus B was not enough to keep Yoshi 6 from rolling in a very similar spot. So every once in a while, Enders, I think, assumes that a level of conditioning will have been done that just isn't being done. And it's not enough. I think that if he stuck with the same options that had been successful before, he would find more success with them. No punish? Oh, okay. Just gets a 3B instead. Is he dead? Very close.
There.
Force splash, okay. Decides not to spend bar to get out of the situation. Makes sense. B2 yet again. Two-Aing him out of dodge. I like going off the wall, if only to remove the wall pressure. Wow, fantastic down step. Okay, 2A plus B, that time. I appreciate the different choices that we're using, simply because the ones that Enders clearly wants to use are just not working in that spot. A6ing him to death. Sidestepped over to the ring. Okay.
Yeah, this is a pretty good situation for Enders.
Intensity to try and get a ring out there. I like it.
Put him in the red.
You get 2A plus B in the taunt. That's your punish yet again. I mean, that's what happens when you lose a whole set because your character doesn't want to punish, right? You come up with very, very creative to try and get out of it. Now he's just going to do 6AB the whole time to get his, yeah, there you go. Okay.
Closing it out there.
That lethal hit. It's not going to kill? Just kills, okay.
Yeah. When you said not going to kill him, like, that, there's no way this doesn't kill him.
The amount of scaling is pretty high.
True, but Cervantes has that big chunk of damage at the end of the CE there.
And I do believe it is 2-1 in this final set, correct?
Yes.
Trying to go for a random stage. I don't know which stage he's looking for. There's plenty of choices that we will probably not see. It always blows my mind how many stages in a full tournament we never see. Ends up getting Yoshi's Island. Pretty good stuff. Ring outs aplenty. 2-2-Bs aplenty.
Battle 1. Fight.
So Enders needs to be very, very careful. You are virtually, the second that Yoshi gets a meter, you are in a ring out pressure for virtually the whole rest of the game. But he's not in ring out pressure now. So you can go kind of buck wild. Yeah, goes for the grab that wouldn't ring out, makes sense. Decides to cash in his meter for this Oki.
Whoa!
Smart stuff.
I would have gotten hit.
Haunting, yeah, so would I, even though my character's faster than Sophie. A plus B, I don't think was the bet.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was going for there.
I mean, he's even going for AAAs. You can really tell these guys have played a lot of games so far tonight.
Yeah.
And this is tournament point for Enders, right?
Yep, that is correct.
I don't think that's going to be... It is going to be fast enough. So he's going to be on tournament round.
Yep.
It's just a matter of... Yoshi can tie up this round count in 2 hits on this stage. He's got the bar to... So you still have to maintain a certain level of carefulness. But if Yoshi 6 is going to start off with a GI, that's not a great sign.
Yeah, I think that Yoshi 6 might be a little...
Checked out?
A little mind damaged at this point. Is the mental guard meter is a little low. Flashing yellow at least. Yep,
It's not going to do it.
He's not going to do it?
Yeah, it's not much of a ring out combo. But he might be dead to this RE.
Yep.
And he is. So kudos to Enders, 6-1 in the grand final set. You can definitely tell very similar to Summer
6-2 actually. It was a 3-1 and a 3-1.
It was very similar to Summer Jam, where it seems like Yoshi 6 really has Enders' number right off the bat, and then just immediately is able to bring it back the second that he's able to calm down and figure out what's going on.
All right. What a tournament. That turned out really nice. Like, we got a decent chunk of the Matcherino. We got a bunch of really hype matches. Like, got Enders and Yoshi 6 playing their brains out. Ferromuntris, like, slaughtering almost everyone he meets. Ramon, like, killing everybody except for Ferromuntris. Damn. What a tournament. If you were playing in the top 3 slots, remember to join the Matcherino so I can pay you. It's very difficult to pay you when you don't join because I gotta go looking for you, and it's difficult and not the easiest thing in the world. Shout outs to everybody who donated. Shout outs to everybody who was just watching, and everybody who subbed to NYC Furby. We're looking at the bracket. Art. Checking out that run. I don't know if he's saying stuff while muted or not, but yeah. Really great stuff from everyone. Thank you, JJJ, for showing up. I always appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And you remember to join the Matcherino too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, right on time. Right on time. Almost 11:30 as planned. All right. Thanks everybody. Art, thank you for having us as usual. Appreciate it. He's still muted. I don't know if he's trying to be muted or not.
Bye, everybody.
We're gonna sign out. Another NY Caliber Online edition in the books.
Yeah, it was good, guys. Oh, they can't hear me yet.
I'm actually gonna go over to the stream and just listen in.
Nah, I see you. Oh, hey, and I'm here.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
unmuting myself.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks for having us, Art.
Yeah, thanks for another successful one, Ian. Thank you, JJJ, for commentating for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Almost 4.5.
Unsung heroes over here.
Absolutely.
Oh, I try to sing as much as I can, but especially with my voice, I don't think I can do it.
That's true. That's true. Awesome. All right. So thanks everyone. We're gonna